Dogs tend to tilt their heads when they are paying attention. A recent study found a link between the signature head tilt and the dog's ability to understand words. This study, Animal Cognition, divided dogs into two groups: gifted and typical. The gifted dogs were more likely to pay attention and respond to commands. Theories about canine head tilts. There are several theories about canine head tilts. Some believe the tilt occurs because a dog is trying to better understand what is happening around it. Other theories say that the tilt is caused by a physical or physiological factor. This behavior is also common in puppies and young dogs, who are still trying to figure out how the world works. The first theory claims that canine head tilts may be a sign of communication. It is believed that dogs use head tilts to understand human speech and body language. However, it is not known whether this is true or not. Some research suggests that dogs may tilt their heads as a way to respond to a specific command or reward. Another theory posits that dogs tilt their heads to better locate sounds. Dogs have a great hearing range and can hear frequencies that we cannot. That is why they can hear voices and high-pitched sounds at distances that humans cannot. However, they are not as accurate as humans when it comes to pinpointing the location of a sound. So, the head tilt may help them get closer to their target and catch the signal. The theory also suggests that the head tilt may be linked to a dog's snout. Dogs with short noses and long muzzles may be more likely to tilt their heads. Regardless of the cause, the tilting head behavior is cute, and we can encourage it by providing positive reinforcement to our dogs. The first theory is that a dog tilts its head to improve its vision. This theory is supported by a study by Dr. Stanley Korn in which 71% of dog owners said their dogs regularly tilt their heads in response to people. However, this theory is still controversial and is not proven. Interestingly, some dogs also tilt their heads to respond to sound and to understand their owners. For example, Border Collies have been selectively bred to pick up sheep sounds and may be more likely to perform head tilts than other breeds. But in general, no one has been able to determine why dogs tilt their heads. While there are many reasons why dogs tilt their heads, the primary reason is to improve their vision. Their long snout can prevent them from seeing clearly from certain angles, causing them to tilt their heads in order to get more information. When this happens, the dog becomes disoriented and may lose their balance. While more research is necessary to understand the function of the canine head tilt, there are several theories that explain this behavior. Most of these theories are associated with the dog's ability to process information and display concentration. Some of these theories are based on sound, but more research is needed to fully understand their function. Signs of a health issue. Head tilting in dogs is a common sign of a health problem and should be checked out by a veterinarian immediately. While dogs naturally tilt their heads to better concentrate on sounds, excessive head tilting may indicate a more serious condition. This behavior is typically caused by a disorder in the vestibular system, which is in the middle ear. A dog with persistent head tilting may have vestibular disease. This condition is painful and often results in a fall. Symptoms of this disease are similar to those of an ear infection and should be investigated by a veterinarian. Treatment is available for this condition. However, the diagnosis is not always obvious at first. In many cases, the symptoms of vestibular disease may appear before the other symptoms. Dogs may also tilt their heads to improve their vision. It's thought that the position of the head tilting helps a dog to hear a broad range of frequencies. Because dogs have such a wide range of hearing frequencies, they may have difficulty hearing a particular sound. As a result, owners should watch for early signs of deafness in their dogs. Another reason why dogs tilt their heads is that they're naturally curious creatures. If they're looking at something and can't find it, they will try to see it better. If you notice your dog doing this, take them to a veterinarian right away. Dogs who frequently tilt their heads may have poor balance and may need to get more attention. Their internal vestibular system controls their balance and posture and can be damaged by injury, nutritional deficiency, or parasites. Dogs with vestibular disease are more likely to fall down and have difficulty maintaining their balance. The symptoms of this condition include nausea and frequent falls. While head tilt in dogs is not a medical emergency, it should be checked by a veterinarian. If the condition persists, it could be a sign of a more serious condition. However, it's not painful or dangerous and will most likely clear up on its own. Many dogs with long muzzles tend to tilt their heads. This behavior is common in dogs with large snouts, while flat-faced canines do not tilt their heads as much. A dog with a longer muzzle may be tilting its head to view its owner, while a flat-faced canine does not tilt its head as often. Dogs have very sensitive hearing. Because of the structure of their ears, they can hear high-pitched noises and soft sounds even before humans. Dogs also have highly movable ear flaps, which can block sound waves from any direction. Often, the reason for a dog's tilted head is to better understand something or find out more about it. A dog's head tilting is not a sign of confusion. While the behavior may be cute, it can also be a sign of a health problem. Signs of a behavioral problem. Dogs tilting their heads can be a sign of a variety of conditions, including ear infections and vestibular disease. It is important to get your dog checked by a veterinarian if your dog consistently tilts his or her head while walking or running. The causes of head tilting may be varied, but in general, it indicates that the dog is interested in a certain sound. The sound is usually related to what the dog likes or plays with. For example, a dog may tilt its head when he hears a loud sound that resembles a toy. Dogs usually tilt their heads as a way of communicating with other dogs, but some may be medically induced. These head tilts are not as cute, and they usually last for longer periods. While they are common, abnormal head tilts in dogs can cause problems with your dog's balance, or lead to ear infections. As with any problem, it is important to see your veterinarian for a thorough diagnosis. Dogs are able to hear sound 4 times farther away than humans. However, they are not as accurate in determining direction. So when a noise is loud, dogs will tilt their head to point toward the outer part of their ears. This helps them hear the sound better. Another cause of dogs tilting their heads is vestibular disease. This type of disease is more common in older dogs and results in sudden changes in the dog's balance. While encouraging head tilting is generally fine, anytime it is not associated with communication or a desire to communicate with humans is a cause for concern. Dogs may be trying to pick up sounds that are interesting to them. They may have heard something that intrigued them, but do not yet know what it is. Alternatively, the dog may be listening to a word they understand. It is important to get your dog evaluated immediately so you can take the appropriate action. Dogs' ears are sensitive, and can distinguish a wide range of frequencies. As a result, dogs may tilt their heads to locate the source of the sound. Dogs also use their ears to adjust the pinnae, which can make them more sensitive to certain frequencies.